This video is going to show you how to use the ipsilateral and contralateral organizations of your core or midsection in pulling and pushing exercises. There are progressions to suit your training and strength experience. The most forgiving variation is a standing one, where you've got left foot on the ground, left foot on a rig, and right side is completely floating. And you're just going to do your rows like this, loading up that standing leg. Then we switch standing legs but keep the arm rowing the same. So now this is a contralateral pulling pattern. We have this diagonal or twisting force through the spine, whereas with ipsilateral, it's a same side flexion force. So now instead of twisting, the whole body rotates the same way. So whatever level you're at, make sure you train IPSI and contra in both pushing and pulling on both sides of the body. To level up the strength demands, we just start to make the body a bit more horizontal. So I'm using more of a 45-degree angle here at my start position. I'm going to do both IPSI and contra leg arrangements on the same left arm before I move on to doing the same thing on my right arm. And then to progress, I can just lower the rings, or if I'm using a bar on a squat rack, I can lower that bar and do both IPSI and contra at around 30 degrees at the beginning of my pull. And then I'll do exactly the same thing with the push exercises using an implement like a bench or a box that allows me to get a 45-degree body angle. Now, as you progress to harder variations, you'll notice that it's not a hard line between IPSI and contralateral. There is a gray area where you can use foot assistance, for example, on an ipsilateral movement, in order to make it possible, because we can still bias the same side connection and just play with different levels of stability. This is especially true on the ipsilateral side, where the whole body wants to rotate together in one piece. But this doesn't happen on the contralateral side because the hips and shoulders are turning in opposite motions, making it a twist. So it's much easier to feel centered in your balance and in your hips. As you get more familiar with these concepts and they start to drop into your body, you can begin to get really creative, exploring stuff like the ring strap and all of these beautiful rotational movements. And don't always just look to the video to see if you're doing it correctly. The gold is in what you were doing without even realizing you were doing it.